Hi guys, today in this session I start with the most important chapter of your SYJC bookkeeping and accountancy syllabus, and the name of the chapter is Accounts of Not for Profit Concern. Accounts of Not for Profit Concern, which we all professors since years call it as NPO. Earlier, the name of the chapter was Accounts of Non-Profit Organization, so we use the word NPO. A very important chapter. Like final accounts, in this chapter, you don't have an option. So it is very important to study this chapter. There is no chance of taking any risk because there is no option only. And like final accounts, the weightage of this chapter is 12 mark ka sum. So you will be getting 12 marks ka sure short sum along with 1 or 2 marks ka objectives. So around 11 to 12 marks ka weightage minimum from this chapter accounts for not for profit concern. Okay, now guys, I'll tell you honestly, there are many students now who have this psychology. अरे एनपीओ बहुत टफ है, एनपीओ बहुत टफ है. Those who study somewhere else or colleges में कुछ ये समझ में नहीं आया. Unnecessary ना, students have habit, from my experience I'm telling you, to make this chapter complicated where it is not at all complicated. तो अगर before I start मतलब those whose friends have studied somewhere else till now and तुमको अगर बोला गया है ये चैप्टर बहुत डिफिकल्ट है, तो मैं सीना तान के बोलता हूँ, उनको बोल देना मेरे सर ने अभी स्टार्ट किया है, खत्म करने दो, मैं तुमको पढ़ाऊंगा, इतना गारंटी मैं देता हूँ. बट प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड लॉजिकली ये चैप्टर में कुछ नहीं है. Few of the adjustments are similar to what you all have done in FYJC and this year ka final accounts. Okay, now same as per my trend, before I get into the chapter, first let's understand what is the meaning of the name of the chapter, accounts of not for profit concern. Accounts तो हमारा सब्जेक्ट ही है. Now when I say not for profit concern, concern means nothing but organization. Any organization who is doing an activity, let it be business, commercial, or non-profit, that is called as concern. Coming to non-profit, not for profit. Now when I say not for profit concern, the meaning is organizations who are doing activities where they may earn profit, but their prime objective, उनका मेन मोटिव प्रॉफिट अर्न करना नहीं है, सर्विस प्रोवाइड करना है. The main motive of these organization is not to earn profit but to provide services. They will earn profit because sometimes, not sometimes, you are also doing an activity where you have expenses to be incurred, staff है, सबको पे करना पड़ेगा. So खर्चा निकालने के लिए थोड़ा रेवेन्यू तो लेना ही पड़ेगा. So when the revenue is higher than the expense, you will go into profits, you will make profits, but main objective profit earn करना नहीं है, but service provide करना है. जैसे कि understand these examples: schools, colleges, universities, charitable trust, hospitals, sports clubs, library, all these comes under not for profit concern. अभी स्कूल का मेन मोटिव होता है तुम्हें एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करना. सेम फॉर कॉलेज एंड यूनिवर्सिटीज, they get aid from the government, so their main aim is not making profit. Yes, जो प्राइवेट स्कूल्स है उनका थोड़ा मोटिव होता है प्रॉफिट, बट द कॉन्सेप्ट हियर इज प्रोवाइडिंग सर्विसेज without the main intention of earning profit. जैसे I told you, libraries, you all go to study, libraries है, sports club है, charitable institutes, all these come under the category accounts for not for profit concern. तो यहाँ पे हमें क्या करना है, whatever examples I gave you, उनका हमें फाइनल अकाउंट्स बनाना है, उनका हमें फाइनल अकाउंट्स बनाना है. नाउ व्हेन आई से फाइनल अकाउंट्स, यू ऑल नो ऑब्जेक्ट, हमने फाइनल अकाउंट्स पार्टनर से फाइनल अकाउंट्स किया है. द कॉन्सेप्ट इज द सेम, बट यहाँ पे व्हाट वी डिड इन फाइनल अकाउंट्स, ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट, देयर इज नो ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट कहाँ बनता है, वेयर देयर इज ओपनिंग स्टॉक, सेल, परचेस ऑफ गुड्स. यहाँ पे इनका मोटिव है टू प्रोवाइड सर्विसेज, देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ डीलिंग एनी गुड्स, सो यहाँ पे देयर कैन नॉट बी एनी ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट. So what you are supposed to do here is, there will be minimum two things to be prepared. The first thing what you are supposed to prepare is income and expenditure account. The main thing what you are supposed to prepare is income and expenditure. This you can say nothing but a replica of P&L. A revised form of P&L is income and expenditure account. All your expenses and income will be put in income and expenditure account. Kaise, that we'll see. Today I'm doing a very nice basic sum where I'll try to cover many basic things. Okay. So all income and expenses will be put in. The difference will be profit or loss. Profit here in this chapter we call it as surplus, and the loss we use the word deficit. Okay. वो हम लोग करेंगे जब भी sum start करेंगे तभी. And the second thing what you're supposed to do is, you will prepare the balance sheet on the last day of the year. Now it's very rare, sometimes they ask you only income and expenditure, but majority they will ask you income and expenditure account along with the balance sheet. Okay, they'll ask you income and expenditure account along with the balance sheet. So keep in mind that these two things have to be prepared in this particular chapter. Other. नो पार्टनरशिप फाइनल अकाउंट्स में क्वेश्चन में क्या दिया रहता, दे गिव यू ट्रायल बैलेंस अलोंग विद एडजस्टमेंट. नाउ यहाँ पे क्या होगा मालूम, इन दिस इंस्टेड ऑफ ट्रायल बैलेंस दे विल गिव यू receipt and payment account. Instead of trial balance they will give you receipt and payment. Receipt and payment is nothing guys but just a summary of cash bank account. पूरे साल में पैसा कहाँ से आया, हमने कहाँ कहाँ पेमेंट किया, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द ईयर ओपनिंग बैलेंस कितना था, एंड ऑफ द ईयर क्लोजिंग बैलेंस कितना है, that summary is called as that summary is put in an account called as receipt and payment account. So receipt and payment account will be given in each and every question, and from that you have to pick up the each and every item and do the posting accordingly. कैसे करने का, that I'll show you in the sum. Okay, now receipt and payment will be asked in each and will be given in each and every question. Along with receipt and payment they will give, अभी ये जो बैलेंस शीट तुम लोग बनाओगे that will be the balance sheet on the last day of the year. Okay, that is your closing. Now in many sums along with the receipt and payment they will give you opening balance sheet. The sum what I am going to do today in this session उसमें भी opening balance sheet है. So why I wrote this second, because ये तो हर एक सम में होगा, ये हो भी सकता है नहीं भी हो सकता है. And along with that नीचे they will give you adjustments. So in the question there will be three things: adjustments, opening balance sheet 50% of the sum में रहेगा, 50 में नहीं रहेगा, and receipt and payment. So number one, receipt and payment, adjustment will be in each and every sum, and most of the 60% sum you can say there will be opening balance sheet. On the basis of these three info given in the question, you will have to make an income expenditure account and you will have to make balance sheet. ये बैलेंस शीट है ओपनिंग, ये होगा तुम्हारा लास्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर, दैट इज क्लोजिंग. ये होगा ओपनिंग एंड ये ऊपर का होगा तुम्हारा क्लोजिंग. सो दीज टू things you have to prepare in each and every sum. It's very rare, it has happened sometimes they just ask you income and expenditure account, so in that case there is no need to make the balance sheet. That we will see according to the information given in the question. Now guys see, I give you the example school, college, universities. अभी देखो school, college, universities में transaction will take place are similar because all are a part of education institution. हॉस्पिटल्स का अलग होगा, स्पोर्ट्स क्लब का अलग होगा, लाइब्रेरीज का अलग होगा. सो द नेचर ऑफ इनकम एंड एक्सपेंसेस विल डिफर डिपेंडिंग अपॉन which type of organization this जिसका भी account बनाते हैं, they fit in which type of not for profit concern. It would depend upon that. So here there are many things which I can explain you, but I will not do at this stage because मेरे को पता है बाउंसर जाएगा, तुम लोग खाली सुनोगे, कुछ दिमाग में जाएगा नहीं. So as and when I proceed towards the chapter, जैसे कि initially I'll take the sums based on school college, तो वो concept clear हो जाएगा. Then I'll come to few sums of hospitals, then I'll come to few sums of sports club, library. So according to that, I'll keep on discussing and solving the transaction depending upon the entity जिसका हम लोग accounts बना रहे हैं. Got it guys? So this is the concept of NPO. Again मैं repeat कर रहा हूँ, there are many things to tell, but if I tell you now, सब bouncer जाएगा. So let's go step by step gradually. Now what I am doing today now in this session is I am taking a sum of a school wherein the question opening balance sheet, receipt and payment and adjustments are given. I have kept very basic adjustment of SYJC level. We will see how to solve. We will make income and expenditure account and the balance sheet and solve the full sum, and it is a sum based on school. So school, college, universities का concept same रहेगा. Okay, I'll just be back. I'll just make the format. Then I'll tell you तुम्हें कैसे बनाना है and we'll solve the sum together. Okay guys, I'll just be back. Okay guys, chalo. You'll have the extra question in front of you. Let's read the sum. From the following balance sheet and receipt and payment account given by Beacon High School, prepare income and expenditure account and balance sheet for the year 24-25. Now see, as I told you, opening balance sheet is given in the question. I've kept it very simple. Balance sheet on 1st April 24, capital fund, cash, bank, investment, building, computer, furniture, library, books. Receipt and payment account, opening balance, tuition fees, term fees, admission fees, donation, government grant, interest received. I'll explain each and every item when we come across. Payment side pay salary, sports expenses, printing, stationery, insurance, annual gathering expenses, repairs and maintenance, library books, computer, investment. Now listen. On the balance sheet, question ka balance sheet, put a mark on library books, put a mark on computer, put a mark on investment, put a mark on library books, computer and investment. Why? Because you have made payment, you have purchased additionally. When I solve, it will be clear. Right now just put a mark. Okay, by balance carried down. Outstanding tuition fees 20,000. Receipt side पे second item देखो, tuition fees 5 lakhs, put a mark on that. Outstanding salary 60,000. Payment side पे देखो, salary है 2,40,000, put a mark on that. Depreciate building, computer, furniture and library books at 10% per annum. Go to the question का balance sheet again. Building, computer, furniture, library books. Last 4. चारों पे एक एक mark करो. So now what will happen? Library books पे 2 mark, कंप्यूटर पे 2 मार्क, ओके, बिल्डिंग एंड फर्नीचर पे एक एक मार्क. क्लियर? हाफ द डोनेशंस टू बी कैपिटलाइज. रिसीप्ट साइड पे पुट अ मार्क ऑन डोनेशन. इंपॉर्टेंट एडजस्टमेंट, देयर आर 3 वेरिएशंस इन दिस, 2 आर देयर इन दिस सम. व्हेन आई कम टू द पॉइंट आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू इन डिटेल. ओके गाइस, चलो. नाउ द फर्स्ट स्टेप, क्वेश्चन का बैलेंस शीट का वी विल डू पोस्टिंग. नाउ सी, in SYJC and your partnership final accounts, when there was capital, we used to use the word capital. NPO में, not for profit concern में, the word used is capital fund. So instead of capital, we will use the word capital fund. Okay, चलो, let's start the posting. Liability side पे there is only capital fund. Partnership final accounts में there was a capital account, यहाँ पे नहीं है. So what you do? Come to the liability side, give the heading capital fund, underline opening balance, put 18 lakhs in the inner column. Whether adjustment is there or not there, capital fund will always come in the inner column. Why? यू ऑल नो फाइनल अकाउंट्स में एंड में जो भी प्रॉफिट लॉस होगा वो कैपिटल में एडजस्ट होगा, यहां पे भी वही होगा, वट एवर प्रॉफिट और लॉस यू गेट it will be adjusted against capital fund. So capital fund will always come in the liability side, opening balance inner column. Okay, now guys be careful. Come to the asset side. What is the first item given? Cash and bank 1 lakh, correct? What I told in the starting, हर एक क्वेश्चन में रिसीप एंड पेमेंट दिया रहेगा. एंड व्हाट इज रिसीप एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट? इट इज नथिंग बट समरी ऑफ कैश एंड बैंक. What is receipt and payment? It is nothing but summary of cash and bank. देखो बैलेंस शीट के नीचे रिसीट एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट है. क्वेश्चन के बैलेंस शीट का फर्स्ट आइटम क्या है? कैश बैंक 1 लाख. गो टू द रिसीप्ट साइड. देखो फर्स्ट आइटम क्या है रिसीप्ट साइड पे? टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 1 लाख. ओके, आई रिपीट. एसेट साइड पे फर्स्ट कैश एंड बैंक 1 लाख and receipt side पे two balance brought down 1 lakh. Now listen, as I told you, receipt and payment is nothing but summary of cash bank. Always opening cash bank and opening receipt and payment have to match. Obvious है ना, last year का closing cash and bank will be my current year का opening. So opening cash and bank कभी भी यहाँ पे नहीं आएगा. Because what we are doing is for the entire year and the balance sheet is on the last day. ये जो क्वेश्चन का बैलेंस शीट है वो है फर्स्ट डे का. सो कैश बैंक आई विल पुट इट इन द कैश बैंक अकाउंट एज ओपनिंग बैलेंस एंड तुम्हारा रिसीप एंड पेमेंट नथिंग बट ओपनिंग बैलेंस. सो देखो एसेट साइड पे कैश एंड बैंक 1 लाख है, रिसीप साइड पे देखो फर्स्ट लाइन टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 1 लाख. दैट मीन्स ये 1 लाख का इफ सेकेंड इफेक्ट सेकेंड पोस्टिंग इधर ही आया. सो ओपनिंग कैश बैंक विल नेवर कम इन योर इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट एंड क्लोजिंग बैलेंस शीट. हमेशा क्वेश्चन में सेम ही होगा. गेटिंग इट? अगेन आई रिपीट. एसेट साइड पे देखो कैश एंड बैंक 1 लाख है, नीचे रिसीप एंड पेमेंट देखो फर्स्ट डे ओपनिंग बैलेंस 1 लाख. ऑलवेज सेम रहेगा. हाउ कैपिटल फंड यहां से यहां पे आया, सेम वे रिसीप एंड पेमेंट का ओपनिंग बैलेंस कम्स फ्रॉम opening balance sheet ka cash and bank. So the same amount is here. So this gets adjusted against this. Capital fund, we wrote it here. There is no capital fund account. But receipt and payment account which is cash bank account only. So opening cash bank gets adjusted against that. So it will not come here. पूरे chapter में ये point ध्यान रखना. Okay? चलो next. Investment. Investment, you have an adjustment. It's an asset. Come to the asset side. Investment, that is 3 lakhs. Put it in the inner column, leave a line. एक एडजस्टमेंट है, leave a line. Then बिल्डिंग में पेमेंट पे कुछ नहीं है but there's an adjustment of depreciation. So let's put building in the inner column. So building 10 लाख, एक लाइन छोड़ देना. कंप्यूटर, अभी देखो कंप्यूटर में परचेज भी है और डेप्री भी है. सो लीव 3 लाइंस. सो एसेट साइड पे आ जाओ. कंप्यूटर 80,000, पुट इट इन द इनर कॉलम, लीव 3 लाइंस. फर्नीचर में there's an adjustment of depreciation. So come to the asset side. Right there. Furniture 2,20,000. लाइब्रेरी बुक्स में परचेज भी है, दैट इज पेमेंट along with depreciation. Okay, so library books, that is 1 lakh. 3 लाख. अच्छा गाइस, I forgot to tell you but से एक साइड पे आएगा इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट एंड सेकेंड साइड पे एसेट. इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर अकाउंट फुल पेज का लेना और ये नेक्स्ट फुल पेज और 3/4 ऑफ द पेज, यहाँ पे देयर इज नो वर्किंग नोट्स. खाली यह ध्यान रखना, इंस्टेड ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस You will give the heading income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 25. Expenditure amount, income amount. Sorry, I forgot to mention in the starting. So balance sheet to you all know. एक पेज पूरा ले लेना income and expenditure account. Heading in the books of Beacon High School, income and expenditure account for the year ending 31st March 25. Expenditure amount, income amount, full page का. Okay, heading में don't track particulars. The board specifies expenditure and income, and even in practical life it is done. So एक पेज का income and expenditure account, debit side पे heading expenditure amount, credit side पे income, and next page पे balance sheet. 3/4 of the page, or you take full page. यहाँ पे कोई working notes नहीं है. Okay. Next, library books हो गया. Now see, पूरे बैलेंस शीट का पोस्टिंग डन. नाउ सी, all the items of balance sheet came here and here except for cash and bank. क्यों वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं? बिकॉज कैश एंड बैंक तुम्हारा रिसीप एंड पेमेंट अकाउंट में ओपनिंग बैलेंस गया. क्लियर? चलो, नाउ कम टू रिसीप एंड पेमेंट. टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन. अगेन द सेम थिंग. टू बैलेंस तुम्हारा ऊपर एसेट में से आया है तो ये कहीं भी नहीं जाएगा. टू बैलेंस तुम्हारा ऊपर एसेट में से आया है तो ये कहीं भी नहीं जाएगा. सो दैट इज आउट. नाउ ट्यूशन फीस. ये स्कूल है. They will collect fees from the students. So for the school, it is an income. So come to the credit side of income and expenditure account. Right there. By tuition fees account. That is 5 lakhs. And leave one line. There is one adjustment. Income and expenditure है ना. Credit side पे income, debit side पे expenses. So by tuition fees 5 lakh in the inner column. Term fees, you all know, schools and colleges charge term fees. Semester होता है तो they charge extra term fees or semester fees. That again for the school it's an income. Come to the credit side. By term fees account. यहाँ पे there is no adjustment. So straight away outside. Second column में 50,000. Straight away outside second column में 50,000. Admission fees. Now listen. यहाँ पे there's a point. Admission fees in other non-profit concerns is also called as entrance fees. Now see, normally what happens? Admission fees is charged once in lifetime for a student. Admission fees is charged once in a lifetime for a student. But schools and colleges में every year नए student आएंगे. So for schools and colleges, it is a regular type of income. Although it is called as capital in nature. Capital in nature means what? One time है. But school colleges के लिए every year वो आएगा. So now the question is, what effect should you give? When it comes to admission fees or entrance fees, if the question is silent, जैसे इधर भी silent है, nothing is mentioned, it will always be treated as income. If it is silent, it will always be treated as income, and sometimes they will tell you either to capitalize full or part. So when they tell you that admission fees are to be capitalized matlab you will add it to capital fund. That means it will be used in future for a purpose. So I'll repeat. If the question is silent on entrance fees or admission fees, you will treat it as an income, जो हम लोग ये सब में करेंगे because कुछ भी बोला नहीं है. And when they say capitalize, that means you will add it to your capital and use it in the future. So in that case, you will add it here. Suppose यहाँ पे बोला होता admission fees to be capitalized, I will add it here. But nothing is mentioned, so I will take it as an income. 30,000 है. Come to the credit side of income and expenditure. By admission fees account, that is 30,000. By admission fees account, that is 30,000. Okay, if it was mentioned capitalized, I would have added it here. Otherwise, I will treat it as an income, so I will do that. Now guys, be careful. Donation. Now ध्यान रखना, for many non-profit concerns, donations will be a receipt. Receipt ही होएगा. Of course, when they pay donation, it's an expense. But many not-for-profit concerns get donation. जैसे किसी का ज़्यादा पैसा है, उसने स्कूल को डोनेशन दिया, कॉलेज को डोनेशन दिया, हॉस्पिटल को डोनेशन दिया. So now listen very carefully. ये आगे जाके डिटेल में आएगा. Whenever they give you donations, there are 3 different accounting effects to be given for donation. उसमें से 2 मैंने यही सब में डाला हुआ है. Whenever they give you a receipt which is in the form of donation, there are 3 effects. First, same like admission fees. अगर खाली डोनेशन दिया है, अगर खाली डोनेशन दिया है और कुछ भी नहीं बोला है, it will be treated as an income. You will credit here by donation the amount. I'll repeat. Receipt side पे donation है and no information given in the brackets or in the adjustment, then it will be treated as a normal income revenue. We will put it here. That is one thing. Second, same what I explained you for admission fees. If the question says capitalize मतलब you will add it to capital fund and आगे जाके तुम्हें जहां यूज करना है तुम उसमें से यूज करोगे. Capitalize बोला रहेगा तो you will add it here. And the third thing which is not there in this sum, where the person who donates, that person will say that my donation will be used for this purpose. So that is called as donation received for a specific purpose. It will be shown separately on the liability side. अभी जैसे किसी ने डोनेशन दिया, बोला ये मेरा पैसा खाली लाइब्रेरी बुक्स के लिए यूज करना, so that will come here separately donation for library. किसी ने बोला ये मेरा पैसा बच्चों को स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटीज के लिए यूज करना, आएगा सेपरेटली डोनेशन फॉर स्पोर्ट्स. किसी ने बोला ये आगे जाके लेबोरेटरी बनाना, सेपरेटली आएगा डोनेशन फॉर लेबोरेटरी. सम सेज आगे जाके तुम लोग बिल्डिंग बनाओगे, ये मेरा पैसा उसमें यूज करना, डोनेशन फॉर बिल्डिंग. सो आई रिपीट, डोनेशंस का 3 वेरिएशंस. फर्स्ट, नथिंग मेंशन्ड, treat it as income. Second, if they tell you capitalize, add it to capital fund. And the third, when they give you it is for a specific purpose, then you show it separately on the liability side. अभी देखो यहाँ पे डोनेशन 80,000 है, बराबर. तुमने मार्क दिया, लेट्स डू द एडजस्टमेंट नाउ ओनली. सी द लास्ट एडजस्टमेंट, व्हाट इज सेज, हाफ ऑफ द डोनेशन इज कैपिटलाइज. हाफ कैपिटलाइज है, बाकी हाफ का क्या करना है कुछ बोला नहीं है. दैट मीन्स हाफ इनकम and half added to capital fund. So when they अगर पूरा capitalize होता कितना amount, 80,000 I would have added here. Now what they say half, so 40 I will add it here and 40 I will treat it as income. Okay, so let's come to the credit side. What I will do, by donation account, put a bracket, 80,000 into half, that is 40, and the remaining 40 is to be capitalized, so add it here, add donations 40,000. ये कैसे आया? I'll put it in brackets again for your reference. 80,000 का half. Getting it guys? I'll repeat. अगर ये adjustment दिया ही नहीं होता, had they not given you the adjustment, पूरा का पूरा 80 would have come here. They told you half capitalized, so straight away put half here and half I added here. Had they told you donation is for library, separately आता donation for library. So when the donation is for a specific purpose, उसको नीचे liability में अलग से लिखना. When they say capitalize, add it to capital fund, and when they say income, you will treat it as income on the credit side of income and expenditure. I've written half of derivative. There are 2 ways. Other ways, what you know, 80,000 यहाँ पे लिखो. Let's capitalize 40, so you get 40 outside, and the remaining 40 you treat it here, or directly जैसे मैंने किया अभी आधा इधर और आधा करो, whichever way you are comfortable. आई रिपीट अगेन, मैंने क्या बोला, 80,000 दिया, अदरवाइज यहाँ पे लिखो इनर कॉलम में पूरा का पूरा 80, आधा कैपिटलाइज है, लेस कैपिटलाइज 50% 40, सो 80 माइनस 40 यू गेट आउटसाइड 40, सेम है, और ये जो 40 यहां से निकाला उसको वहां पे ऐड कर दो और डू इट डायरेक्टली, विच एवर वे यू आर कंफर्टेबल डू. Got it guys? चलो लेट्स कंटिन्यू विद द नेक्स्ट आइटम, गवर्नमेंट ग्रांट्स. नाउ जब भी तुम लोग ने एडमिशन लिया एफआईजेसी में, यू ऑल मस्ट हैव हर्ड ना व्हाइल फिलिंग द फॉर्म, एडेड अनएडेड. पता है क्या होता है उसका मतलब? एडेड मीन्स सपोर्टेड और एडेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट. एडेड मीन्स सपोर्टेड बाय द गवर्नमेंट, अनएडेड मीन्स इट्स अ प्राइवेट फॉर्म. सो एडेड में क्या होता है? स्कूल कॉलेज चलाने का पैसा मेजॉरिटी गवर्नमेंट देता है, so that is called as government grant. So government grant means गवर्नमेंट ने तुमको पैसा दिया है स्कूल का चलाने का, either in full or in part. So government grant is nothing but help received from the government to run your education institute. And to run your government matlab take care of expenses. So if nothing is mentioned, government grant will always be treated as income. Sometimes they'll tell you capitalize, then you'll add it to capital fund. But normally, if nothing is mentioned, government grant is always treated as an income. So 3 lakhs का grant, adjustment कुछ भी नहीं है. Come here, income side. By government grant account, that is 3 lakhs. By government grant account, that is 3 lakhs. Next, interest received 40,000. Interest received 40,000. You have made an investment. Now when you make an investment, we have discussed earlier also, final account में adjustment किया. The main purpose of making an investment is to earn income. So I will get income. That is my interest income. And any type of incomes, you all know very well. Final accounts में we used to credit P&L. यहाँ पे we will credit income and expenditure. So come to the credit side of income and expenditure. Right there. By interest received account 40,000. By interest received account, that is 40,000. Clear guys with the posting? Okay. Clear with the posting of the receipt side? Let's come to the payment side. Now see, receipt side items either were income or liabilities. Now payment side will normally be an expenditure or an asset. Let's take one by one. You have paid for salary 2,40,000. Adjustment है outstanding का. Salary pay किया, it is an expenditure. Come to the debit side of income and expenditure. To salary account, because adjustment है, put it in the inner column, leave a line. Okay. Then sports expense. स्कूल है, एक हैव ना, स्कूल कॉलेज में स्पोर्ट्स डेज होता है, तो वो दिन पे जो भी खर्चा है या पूरे साल का है, तुम्हारा कॉमन रूम होता है, स्पोर्ट्स रूम होता है, you all go and play carom, table tennis, badminton. So the school or college has to incur an expense. So it is a normal expense. Come to the debit side. To sports expense account, no adjustment, directly outside 1 lakh. To sports expense account, directly outside 1 lakh. Printing and stationery, normal expense, पेन, पेंसिल, फाइल, स्टेपलर पेन, यू पिन सब लगता ही है. तुम्हारा आईडी कार्ड्स वो सब इज अ पार्ट ऑफ प्रिंटिंग एंड स्टेशनरी. Colleges and school will print your ID cards, na? So 2 printing and stationery account, that is 20,000. 2 printing and stationery account, 20,000. Insurance, schools and colleges take out policies, कभी कुछ untoward incident हो गया तो insurance company से claim करोगे. Building, they get it normally insured, and sometimes even staff का insurance भी होता है. So insurance again for the not for profit concern or for any organization, it is an expense. Insurance directly outside 12,000. एनुअल गैदरिंग एक्सपेंसेस, यू नो स्कूल में कभी फंक्शन होता है वेयर ऑल स्टूडेंट्स कम टुगेदर, तुम्हारे 10th स्टैंडर्ड का फेयरवेल पार्टी होता है और पेरेंट्स को बुलाते हैं, मतलब एज अ पार्ट ऑफ गैदरिंग एनुअल डे, all that expenses are a part of annual gathering expense. Again, for NPO, it is a normal expense. So see, if you have understood the concept, it is very simple. No need to get confused with what others say. Okay, just do it logically. So 2 annual gathering expenses, that is 1,50,000. Repairs and maintenance, again तुम्हारे स्कूल में बिल्डिंग में कुछ प्लास्टरिंग करना पड़ा, कंप्यूटर खराब हो गया, लैपटॉप खराब हो गया, फिर समझो लेबोरेटरी में इक्विपमेंट्स खराब हो गए, so you have to take care of these expenses, so that again is a normal expense. So 2 repairs and maintenance account. To repair and maintenance account, that is 55,000. Now see guys, library books. Now for schools, colleges, library books will be an asset. हम लोग जाते हैं ना, कोई लेक्चर एक्स्ट्रा फ्री लेक्चर रहेगा, उसके बाद 1 घंटे का गैप है, सो मेनी टाइम स्टूडेंट्स दे प्रेफर एग्जाम टाइम में लाइब्रेरी में जाके पढ़ो. सो यू सिट देयर एंड लाइब्रेरी हैज द कलेक्शन ऑफ बुक्स. अभी देखो, लाइब्रेरी बुक्स विल बी एन एसेट. नाउ सी, स्टार्टिंग में आई टोल्ड यू टू पुट इट इन द इनर कॉलम, करेक्ट, एंड आई टोल्ड यू टू लीव 3 लाइन्स. व्हाई? एक फॉर डेप्रिसिएशन, एंड तुमने यहाँ पे लाइब्रेरी बुक्स के लिए 50,000 का पेमेंट किया है. लाइब्रेरी बुक्स के लिए तुमने 50,000 का पेमेंट किया है, so that will increase the cost of purchase. So this will be additional purchase of an asset, which in this case is library books. So I add there, right there, add purchase 50,000. So 1 lakh plus 50,000 gives you 150. 1 lakh plus 50,000 gives you 150. Getting it ना guys? अगर लाइब्रेरी बुक्स नहीं होता तो सीधा डेप्री माइनस करते थे. Already on the first day you have 1 lakh plus you have purchase. That is the reason while posting it from the opening balance sheet, we wrote it in the inner column. We left 3 lines because of 2 adjustments, one for purchase and one for depreciation. Computer, same thing. लास्ट ईयर मेरे पास 80,000 का कंप्यूटर था, मैंने 120 का और परचेज किया. आई पेड 120 फॉर कंप्यूटर, मतलब मैंने नई कंप्यूटर्स परचेज किए. सो यू ऑलरेडी हैड 80, एड फर्दर 120. 120 है ना, या, सो एड परचेज 120. सो 80 and 120, 2 lakhs in the inner column. 80 and 120, 2 lakhs in the inner column. Okay, next, investment, same thing. Last year मेरे पास 3 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट था. लास्ट ईयर मेरे पास 3 लाख का इन्वेस्टमेंट था. नाउ I bought another investment of 2 lakhs. So same like this, but investment में there is no depreciation. I will add here, add purchase, that is 2 lakhs. So 3 plus 2, इन्वेस्टमेंट का टोटल इज 5 lakhs. 3 plus 2, इन्वेस्टमेंट का टोटल इज 5 lakhs. Getting it, guys? So see now, library books, computer, investment, तीनों का there was a payment. I purchased extra. So whatever was the balance on the first day, I kept it in the inner column. मैंने और assets purchase किया है, तो जो भी मैंने purchase किया जो payment side पे है, I added it to the respective assets. Investment का purchase added to investment, computer added to computer, library books added to library books. Got it? Now guys, see a very important point. Last item of the recipient payment. क्या बोला? By balance carried down 1,51,000. By balance carried down 1,51,000. Now see, वापस जाओ डेबिट साइड पे. सी द डेबिट साइड का फर्स्ट आइटम, व्हाट इट इज गिवन, टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन. करेक्ट? डेबिट साइड का फर्स्ट आइटम इज गिवन टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन. हमने क्या किया? इग्नोर किया. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट वेंट ऑन द रिसिपेंट पेमेंट. वो कहां से आ रहा है? वापस रिपीट कर रहा हूं. एसेट साइड पे कैश एंड बैंक 1 लाख है, इग्नोर किया. क्यों? यहां पे नहीं लिखा, बिकॉज रिसिपेंट पेमेंट अकाउंट में जा रहा है टू बैलेंस. अभी देखो, जो डेबिट साइड पे स्टार्टिंग में टू बैलेंस ब्रॉट डाउन 1 लाख, अभी ये कितना है? 151. जो लेफ्ट साइड पे डेबिट साइड पे फर्स्ट है, दैट इज ऑन द फर्स्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर. आई एम मेकिंग बैलेंस शीट ऑन द लास्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर. अभी ये जो है बाय बैलेंस कैरेड डाउन, दिस इज माय कैश एंड बैंक बैलेंस ऑन द लास्ट डे ऑफ द ईयर. सो फॉर मी इट इज एन एसेट. व्हाई एसेट? देखो, रिसीपेंट पेमेंट डेबिट साइड है, डेबिट साइड रिसीप है, क्रेडिट साइड पेमेंट है. बाय बैलेंस मतलब मेरा डेबिट साइड ज्यादा है. बेसिक ऑफ फाइनल अकाउंट्स एंड बेसिक ऑफ SYJC जर्नल लेजर आल्सो, माय लेजर स्पेशली, माय डेबिट साइड इज मोर. दैट मींस रिसीप साइड इज मोर इन दिस केस. पैसा ज्यादा आया है और कम पे हुआ है, मतलब मेरे पास कुछ बचा है. सो वेन एवर इट कैश बैंक शोज बाय बैलेंस, it is a debit balance. Why debit balance? Because credit side पे buy balance इसके लिए लिखा है, because my debit is more. So I have more money. So this is my cash and bank on the last day of the year. So right there, cash and bank 1,51,000. अभी देखो, यही अगर नीचे होता टू बैलेंस कैरेड डाउन, then it will be on the liability side. अगर यही नीचे होता टू बैलेंस carried down, I would have written it on the liability side. So by balance carried down asset, you will put it here on the asset side, cash bank 151. Again I'll repeat, why asset? रिसीप साइड ज्यादा है, इसके लिए बैलेंस पेमेंट में आया. अगर डेबिट साइड पे होता टू बैलेंस, मतलब पेमेंट साइड ज्यादा है और रिसीप कम है, देन द डिफरेंस वुड बी अ क्रेडिट बैलेंस एंड इट वुड कम हियर एज बैंक ओडी. सो बाय बैलेंस है, इसके लिए एसेट. अगर यही डेबिट साइड पे होता नीचे टू बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन, यहां पे आता बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट. लॉजिक क्या है? ये एसेट क्यों है? बिकॉज रिसीप इज मोर, पेमेंट इज लेस, देयरफॉर क्रेडिट साइड पे है. अगर पेमेंट ज्यादा होता और रिसीप कम, तो डेबिट साइड पे नीचे आता टू बैलेंस कैरिड डाउन बैंक ओवरड्राफ्ट. कीप दैट लॉजिक इन माइंड. गॉट इट गाइस? नाउ देयर आर 4 एडजस्टमेंट्स. लास्ट वाला ऑलरेडी हो गया, बाकी तीनों हमारे फाइनल अकाउंट्स SYJC लेवल के एडजस्टमेंट है. लेट्स टेक वन बाय वन. आउटस्टैंडिंग ट्यूशन फीस 20,000. अभी देखो, ट्यूशन फीस हमने 5 लाख इनर कॉलम में लिखा है बिकॉज ऑफ दिस एडजस्टमेंट. Now it's an income. I have mentioned in SYJC as well as SYJC also while doing partnership final accounts. The word outstanding can be used for both income as well as expense. अगर expense outstanding है मतलब payable है, अगर income outstanding है मतलब receivable है. So tuition fees, this is a school. School के लिए it's an income. So when they say outstanding tuition fees कितना है? 20,000. इसका मतलब ये है 5 लाख ऑलरेडी आ गया मेरे पास एंड बाकी का 20 आना बाकी है. 5 लाख ऑलरेडी आ गया, बाकी का 20 आना बाकी है. सो बाकी है मतलब it's an income for the current year. Because it is an income for the current year, I will add it here. So add outstanding 20,000 and 5 lakh plus 20 बाहर आएगा 520. 5 lakh में add outstanding 20,000. So 5 lakh plus 20, 5 lakh 20,000. Adjustment है. Income, what I told you, outstanding income means receivable. SYJC का basic. Anything receivable for us is an asset. So come to the asset side and write there outstanding tuition fees 20,000. Outstanding tuition fees 20,000. So I'll repeat. First of all, it is an income for the current year. Because it's an income for the current year, I add it to income. And second effect, it is income receivable. Anything receivable for us is an asset. So iska second effect, come to the asset side, outstanding tuition fees 20,000. Clear? SYJC ka basic effect. Next. What is the next adjustment? Outstanding salary 60,000. What I told you, again I'll repeat. The word outstanding can be used for income as well as expense. यहाँ पे expense outstanding है, so it is salary. So come to the debit side, 60,000 है. Same final accounts का add outstanding 60,000. So you get outside 3 lakhs. Now why we put it here? दोनों जगह ऐड किया. ये इनकम आउटस्टैंडिंग था, इसके लिए इनकम में ऐड किया. ये एक्सपेंस आउटस्टैंडिंग था, इसलिए एक्सपेंस में ऐड किया. सो 240 प्लस 60 गिव्स यू 3 lakhs. लॉजिक, बिकॉज इट इज एन एक्सपेंस, we added to the expense, so the outside figure is current year. Go back to final accounts if you have not followed, or YouTube and Instagram pe see my reels and shorts where I have explained this. Okay, so expense for the current year has to come outside. I have already paid 2,40,000. 240 मैंने already pay कर दिया. 60 is yet to be paid. So 240 plus 60, 3 lakhs. And this 60,000 for me is yet to be paid. So for me it is a liability. याद रखना, ये receivable था asset. This is a liability. Come to the liability side. After donation leave 4-5 lines and write there. Outstanding salary, that is 60,000. Outstanding salary, that is 60,000. Okay, so I'll repeat. First effect, it is an expense for the current year. Add it, take the answer outside, and current year ka expense to be paid in the next year. So for us on the last day of the year it is payable. So liability side में outstanding salary 60,000. Basic of SYJC. Correct? And the last one you all know very well. Depreciation. चारों में से 10% माइनस करना है. Building, computer, furniture, library books, all to be depreciated by 10%. अभी देखो, computer और library books में purchase है. So when you minus, sorry, when you minus, you will minus from the total what you have after adding the purchase. Let's take one by one. पहले चारों का फर्स्ट इफेक्ट यहां से माइनस कर देते. बिल्डिंग 10 lakhs रिमूव करते, लेस depreciation at the rate of 10%. 10 lakh का 10%, 1 lakh. 10 minus 1, 9 lakhs. नॉन मैथ स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज कैलकुलेट करो बराबर 10 लाख इंटू 10/100. कंप्यूटर 2 लाख है, रिमेंबर ना, कंप्यूटर में परचेस है, सो 80 प्लस 120 यू विल टेक इट ऑन 2 lakhs. लेस depreciation at the rate of 10%. So 2 lakh का 10% 20. So 2 lakh minus 20 180. फर्नीचर 220 है, सो टेक उसका 10%. लेस depreciation at the rate of 10%. So 220 का 10% is 22. You get here 198. लाइब्रेरी बुक्स 150, टेक उसका 10%. सो 150 में से less depreciation at the rate of 10%, that is 15. So 150 minus 15, that's 135. So building 1 lakh, computer 20, furniture 22, library books 15. चारों का first effect we deducted from asset, second effect debit side of P&L. Come to the debit side of P&L, because there is more than one asset, give the heading to depreciation account one by one. Building कितना है 1 lakh. Remember the amount what you have deducted. Building 1 lakh. Computer, on computer 20,000. On furniture 22. And on library books 15,000. So 120, 142, 1,57,000. 120, 122, so 142, 157. Got it? So I deducted from the assets and debited income and expenditure. फाइनल अकाउंट्स में P&L में डेबिट करते हैं, यहाँ पे इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर. फोर्थ एडजस्टमेंट ऑलरेडी डन. दैट्स इट गाइस. नाउ वी विल बैलेंस. एज आई टोल्ड यू, यहाँ पे ट्रेडिंग अकाउंट नहीं बनेगा, यहाँ पे खाली इनकम एंड एक्सपेंडिचर. नाउ सेम प्रोसीजर व्हाट वी डिड फॉर बैलेंसिंग. चेक करो पहले विच साइड इज ग्रेटर. ओके, लेट्स चेक विच साइड इज ग्रेटर. देखो क्रेडिट साइड पे 520, 570, 640, 940, 980. क्रेडिट साइड का टोटल 980. लेट मी चेक. 340 एंड 40, 380, 410, 460, 485. क्रेडिट साइड का टोटल इज 980. लेट्स चेक द डेबिट साइड. 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 422, 434, 534, 584, 589, 639, 739, 746, 796. Okay, debit side is less. Let's check once again. 157, 162, 212, 212, 262, 362, 374, 396, 496, 796. So debit side 796. 3 lakh, 4 lakh, 422, 434, 494, 594, 599, 544, 644, 651, 790. 1 minute, guys. Let me check once again. 4 lakh 422, 434, 534, 584, 589, 639, 739, 746, 796. Yes. So credit side ka total 980, debit side 796. So let me write both the places. 980, 980, and now the difference will be profit 184. Yeah, 8 lakhs. Yeah. So 1,84,000 will be my profit. तो यहां पे लिखो 1,84,000 and this is net profit. यहां पे अगर प्रॉफिट आया we call it as surplus and अगर लॉस आएगा we call it as deficit. You can write the surplus or you can say surplus carried down. So to surplus or surplus carried down. Surplus means a profit. फाइनल अकाउंट्स में हम लोग क्या करते थे? FYJC में प्रॉफिट नेट प्रॉफिट वी यूज्ड टू ऐड इट टू कैपिटल. SYJC में पार्टनर्स को क्रेडिट करते थे. यहां पे कैपिटल फंड में ऐड करोगे एड सरप्लस. अगर डिफरेंस यहां पे होता वो होता डेफिसिट और डेफिसिट तुम्हारा कैपिटल फंड में से माइनस होता. सो ऐड सरप्लस 184. So 18 and 1 19 and 20 lakh 24,000. So 18 and 1 19 and 20 24. Okay, that's it guys. So capital bhar aa gaya. Remember starting my I told you capital fund always write in the inner column. Why? Because surplus या deficit, whether there is any adjustment or no, end में surplus deficit of income and expenditure will be adjusted against capital fund. That's why you have to write it in the inner column. Okay, 20, 24 and 60. 20 lakh 84,000. Let's see the debit side. 5 and 9, 14. 1580, 1680, 1788, 1788 and 20. 1808, 1808, 135, 151, 0008 and 5, 13, 4 and 5, 9, 89, 20, 1 minute, 14, 1580, 1680, 14, 1580, 1680, this will be 1778, 1778 and yeah, sorry, this is yeah, this is 1778, 14, 15, 16, 1680, 1778, 1798, yeah, 1798 and this, yeah, correct. So ये 84 हो गया, 20 lakh 84,000. So your balance sheet tallies at 20 lakh 84,000. Balance sheet tallying at 2084. Got it guys? So this was accounts for not for profit concern ka basic explanation of what exactly is not for profit concern, what accounts you have to prepare, and we did a basic sum on school wherein the question, opening balance sheet and receipt and payment both were given along with the adjustment. As I told you, receipt and payment and adjustment to har ek question mein diya hoga. Opening balance sheet may be there, may not be there, but majority sum mein hoga. So this is the way you do NPO. Again I am repeating, Many students have that negative psychology. अरे ये chapter बहुत tough है. Don't worry. Understand the concept what I have taught you all. You will never face a problem. This video is open on YouTube. You can rewind and forward and watch as many times you want. And those who are studying with me, app में है. I've kept more reviews, so तुम्हारे लिए भी problem नहीं है. So that's it guys. I hope you all have found it interesting. And more importantly, you have got a logical explanation about not-for-profit concern. There are still many points like subscription and all that will come at a later stage. That will come for different not-for-profit concern. And anyway, this being the first lecture, I told you starting me also, I don't want to explain everything. We will go gradually, step by step, and get our concept clear. That's it guys. I wind up the session. Please understand and listen again. Rewind forward करो जितनी बार करना उतनी बार, but get the logic clear in this. In case of any other doubts, please connect with me. Don't worry, I will clear it. That's it guys. See you all in the next class. Till the time, take care and please do listen again and revise carefully.